9 junior sisters unfortunately became victims of the hero's luck. Their fate seemed to be doomed, destined to be destroyed for the hero's benefit. You couldn't bear to see them die like this, so you tried your best to be reborn 3 times. But unfortunately, you failed to save them, and were blamed and accused by them. You felt very disappointed about this. Obviously, you did it for their good, but they blamed you. You began to envy the hero's 4th rebirth. Finally, you decided to give up and let the fate of these people be destroyed. However, unexpectedly, when you were ready to give up, as a result, the memories of the previous lives of several junior sisters were all awakened, and it was you who was reborn on the day you were falsely accused of murdering your fellow disciples. I hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, be sure to like, comment, and subscribe for more videos. Thanks for watching. Let's get back to this story. According to the plot, you have to argue with reason, be punished with confinement, and be deprived of your status as the eldest senior brother by your beloved master. In the end, the protagonist Long Outyin designed you to become a demon step by step, and you died. You cursed again for the bloody plot. The system's voice sounded in your mind again, congratulating the host for binding the black system, and asking the host to refuse to admit his mistakes, crush the conspiracy of the child of destiny, and save the world. A mechanical and cold voice sounded in my mind. You can't hold it in any longer. If you argue with reason as you did in your previous life, not only will you fail, but you will also die in Long Outyin's hands. You are a villain, you have a brain injury, and you have to save the world. At this moment, the head of the sect standing in the hall spoke in a cold voice. Lin Fan, do you admit your guilt? Without thinking, you replied, disciple pleads guilty. Alert, alert. Host, please follow the instructions and crush the conspiracy of the destiny protagonist. Otherwise, the world will completely collapse. The system kept prompting. At this moment, everyone in the hall looked at you strangely. You made a mistake so easily, the head of the sect said seriously. Do you know the consequences of seriously injuring a fellow disciple? You looked calm, and you naturally knew. Abolish your cultivation and expel you from the sect. The sect leader and several elders exchanged glances, then coughed twice. Since you know. Stop. Just as the headmaster was about to make an announcement, a clear voice came from outside the hall. You turned around and saw a girl running towards you. It's your 3rd apprentice sister Su Yoshua. Do you remember when you defended yourself in your previous life? The 3rd sister is also there. The word beads. G's words reappear as if yesterday. Big brother, you hurt your fellow disciples. Jealous junior. Stop making excuses. For the sake of fellow students, I will ask master to plead for you. But now you've pleaded guilty. Why is he still shouting? Is it to follow the plot? Report to the master. Junior brother Long Outyin was not injured by the senior brother. You said with a confused look on your face. Oh my god, the 3rd sister actually spoke for herself? Why is the plot a bit wrong? The headmaster's face darkened. Lin Fan has pleaded guilty. To be handled according to door rules.
Suyouxue looked surprised.
The elder brother pleaded guilty. Shouldn't he be fighting for his rights? He looked at you suspiciously. I saw you choke up. The disciple has realized his mistake. Please ask the master to abolish the disciple's cultivation. Expelled from the sect. Senior brother Su Yoshua looked a little uneasy. Do you want to leave the sect? Why this happened? Master, please listen to my explanation. Su Yoshua knelt down. The day Long Outyin was injured. Although the eldest brother is also in the Warcraft Mountains. But he didn't have a chance to make a move. A lackey immediately jumped out. 3rd sister, don't listen to slander. I saw with my own eyes that senior brother injured junior brother Long.
Suyouxue shouted coldly.
You have no evidence to accuse the chief. What is the intention? Is this your duty as a junior? The lackey was terrified by his stare. Still gritting his teeth, he said that as a disciple of Yuju Peak, own duty to guard the sect. No matter who wants to harm the sect. I can't just sit back and watch. Besides, junior brother Long Outyin is seriously injured at this time. Is this fake? Please ask the master to do justice for us disciples. The head of the sect cannot possibly hurt Long Outyin. The day he was seriously injured. I have always been with my elder brother. He didn't have a chance to make a move. Su Yoshua said seriously. Now he understands how helpless the senior brother was at that time. You've been sorted out a bit. No longer confident. Did I reborn too many times? Memory is wrong. This didn't happen in my previous life. He wasn't with Su Yoshua either. Is it your fault that you messed up the system? System data error. Data reorganization. Reorganization failed. Please excuse me, host. What Lin Fan and Su Yoshua said is true. The leader asked. Back to the head. I have never seen the third apprentice sister in the Warcraft Mountains. I only saw Long Outyin and a pink-haired hair. Tangled. Greed. Directly used the sword and palm to severely injure him. This sect is full of Long Outyin's people. Whoever wants to stay can stay. You're definitely leaving anyway. Even Jesus couldn't stop. But Long Outyin was severely injured by a heavy stick weapon. The criminal elder suddenly said, after I severely injured him, then I'll use the stick under me to kill you again. Tell the truth. The headmaster looked strange, but there is no palm print on his body. The disciple used the bone-dissolving palm. Looks unharmed. In fact, my heart is about to be broken. You don't believe this couple can't recognize it. I also found the teeth marks of the monster on his body. The leader said. A demon wolf passed by. The disciple planned to let the demon wolf eat him. Destroy the body. You thought about it. I always feel weird. Why did Long Outyin have so many injuries? The more you care, the more hurt you will get. The heavier the crime. The leader wants to say again. The criminal law elder beside him coughed twice. Brother, that's enough. Long Outyin only had fist injuries. Any other wounds? I know, but it's weird. Why does he take over everything? It feels like he can make up a reason for whatever I say. The headmaster asked with a smile. Several junior brothers and sisters. What do you think? We're not that stupid yet. Both sides have their own opinions. Su Yoshua also testified. It is difficult to prove the crime. It is better to return it to his master. Punish yourself. There is insufficient evidence that Long Outyin was injured.
No conviction.
Lung Xinyue will handle the return to Yuju Peak herself. Zhao Kuo announced the result. Several long. When the old man left, he looked at Lin Fan with a strange expression. I'm very confused. Why does he want to leave the sect so much? Great, big brother. You're okay. Su Yoshua burst into laughter. He was really scared just now. The head of the sect convicted the eldest brother. Abolish his cultivation. Then expelled from the sect. Congratulations to the host for his successful defense. Destiny Child's conspiracy was thwarted. The plot returns to normal. Complete the task and get the Zhu Xian sword formation as reward. The system sounded. Then there is an ancient book in the inventory. Where did I defend myself? Obviously, they have already pleaded guilty. They declared me not guilty. Is this your doing? Lin Fan said angrily. He looked at Su Yoshua with strange eyes. It was almost successful. As long as his cultivation is abolished, expelled from the sect, he can stay away from these damned Destiny children. Live your own leisurely life. Isn't it nice? I have no more cultivation. You can practice again. The sect is gone. Can do casual repair. Even if I find a distant city, practice the foundation. Marry and have children. Live an ordinary life. It is also like a stepping stone for Long Outyin. It would be better to die in his hands in the end. Wait, I have a system now. Maybe it can kill Long Outyin's host. The system is optimistic about you. The system reminds the other party. Is there a system? He said cautiously. He has a Destiny protagonist system. The system answers that the other party also has a system. Well, I was too naive. Think too much. No wonder he always did things so outrageous before. No wonder 99 hosts failed. How can the villain system beat the protagonist system? Since everyone has a system, then let him play with the Qingxiao sect. I don't want it. Su Yoshua noticed his gaze. I bowed my head and said to my elder brother, what are you looking at? Third sister. Next time, don't mess around. I can handle this little thing. Lin Fan said with a complicated look. After more than 20 years. Influenced by other ideas. See you again. My sect? Sense of belonging. The friendship between the students has faded a lot. It's quickly becoming a strange place. Time can erase everything, no matter how deep the feelings are. In more than 20 years, it will fade away. Besides, he didn't awaken any memory before his death in his previous life. Remember after death. This bland and unfamiliar relationship is no longer important. Compared to those fellow disciples who lick Long Outyin without thinking. Isn't the teacher Yukai from Blue Star attractive? It's a pity that the phone didn't come with me. Otherwise, when you are bored late at night, you can learn techniques from teacher Yukai. Big brother, you used to call me Yoshua. Why is today so strange?
Su Yoshua recalled.
It seems like the eldest brother has been calling her the third sister all day long. Isn't this what junior sister wanted? Lin Fan smiled faintly. They returned to Yuju Peak. The master is back. Waiting in the meeting room now. looking at that lonely and cold face. White dress and clear eyes. Lin Fan slowly recalled that master. It's just that everything has changed. I can't go back to my previous life. Let yourself make all kinds of excuses. Even if the evidence is strong. Still no match for Long Outyan's few words. Master trusts him immensely. Lung Xingyue saw the eldest disciple's lips slightly open to speak. Lin Fan fell to his knees. The disciple confessed his guilt. Please deal with it according to the sect rules. What is Lung Xingyue doing? He didn't say anything. How come you confessed directly? What crime? He asked curiously. The crime of killing fellow disciples. Lin Fan said truthfully. Master Long Outyan is not the fault of the eldest brother. I was with my senior brother at that time. He didn't have a chance to do it. Su Yoshua knelt down and explained. I already know the matter. Since the head brother has made the decision, this is revealed. You guys go back first. Lung Xingyue waved her hand and said, Disciple farewell. Lin Fan returns to his residence. Something is wrong. What is going on? The first time. Aren't Master Ho and third junior sister sure it was his fault? To punish him. Give Long Outyan an explanation. How come they changed the system after rebirth? Did I cross the wrong place? This is not my sect, but another world. Host, don't let your imagination run wild. It's your old world. New tasks are now issued. Please ask the host to go to Chu Yunin's residence. Steal his underwear. Put the blame on Long Outyan. Weaken the protagonist's luck. The new task issued by the system made Lin Fan blush. Coughing, saying that was because I was ignorant before. I have received higher education. How could you do such a shameless thing? Chu Yuning is the fourth disciple of Yuzhu Peak. A cold personality. Pure as ice. As far away as a cold, snowy mountain. At the same time, I also have a very strong cleanliness obsession. Even if a female disciple took his clothes, he will get angry. What's more, it's a male disciple. So he stole his underwear in his previous life. Want to put the blame on Long Outyan, but failed. Because Long Outyan is very alert. Never gave him a chance. When he wants to destroy the evidence. But by chance, Long Outyan came with several junior sisters. Discovered his perverted habits. From then on, his reputation plummeted. Hated by the sisters. After competing with Long Outyan again and again. Another slap in the face. Finally, he was misled by his master Long Xingyue. Become an outcast. He has to redo the failed plot system. Feeling like a ghost. There is definitely a problem. Please host to do the task according to the plot. Otherwise, you will bear the main responsibility for the destruction of the world. I'm just a small character. I don't care even if the world is destroyed. Isn't it nice to just mess around? Doing things that you know are impossible. Lin Fan lay down directly. Long Outyan has a system. Open the god's perspective. Know everything he does. I guess it's because of his system that helps the host. You have to think about it the other way around. If you steal underwear, hated by junior sister, master's enlightenment, then you can ask to be expelled from the sect. The system analyzed it for him and said, I have to save face too. Okay? No go means no go. Lin Fan said calmly. Ding, congratulations to the host for getting the new member gift pack. The host continues to hear whether he wants to turn on the system. Lin Fan waved his hand. He doesn't plan to open it. Press the system task. What's the use of this new member gift pack? Ding, host agrees to open the gift package. Get a piece of women's underwear. A pink and white underwear fell on his face. There is still a faint fragrance on it. Lin Fan smelled it. The blood of the beast in the body is boiling. Hot all over. The elephant quietly raised its head. Good smell. He was somewhat intoxicated by the scent, etc. Isn't this the scent that fourth junior sister Chu Yuning usually uses? He turned over and sat up. Take the underwear and look at it. It turned out to be the underwear that I stole from my fourth apprentice sister. That's enough. You are an undercover sent by the opposite system. Lin Fan shouted loudly. Throw your underwear aside. Ding, congratulations to the host for stealing Chu Yuning's underwear. Complete the task and get a bottle of Hahuan powder as reward. The system's voice continues to come. Ignored his words. Okay, you play like this, right? Lin Fan's face turned black with anger. The damn system doesn't even need to be installed. Just give it to me directly, right? Also rewarded with Hahuan powder. He is alone in Qingxiao sect. What does he need this for? Besides, Yuzhu Peak is full of Long Outyan's harem. The system capabilities of the guys within. I guess it would cause me to die miserably. No, I want to escape. He jumped up. This is what the system does. Sooner or later, Long Outyin will kill him. Since the headmaster and the master will not expel you from the sect, then he can run away, right? Stay away from trouble. Refuse to be a slave to the system. Be a Buddhist young man. He didn't pack his clothes. Instead, run away. To prevent the system from causing trouble again. Yunka Fenking Yunj. This is the place where the fourth sister practices. The moonlight lingers. Mottled spots of light. In the room, a white arm stretched out from the bathtub, touched a few times. Then a beautiful face appeared. A pair of glass eyes that look like fog, but not fog. Two curved eyebrows that seem to be frowning, but not frowning. Eyes like spring water. A spoonful of pointed face like a cloud rolling outside the mountain. Bai Qiongyu looked curiously at the place where the clothes were placed. His underwear is missing. There was silence at first. Then a gleam of brilliance flashed across his eyes. Look up in a certain direction. Big brother, you are here after all, he said softly. Immediately, a pretty face appeared. Two dimples are like the intoxicating curves of jade. A smile that allures the city. The moon has lost its color. Lin Fan cried out that he was wronged. It's all the dog system's fault. He didn't do anything at all. How can you defame someone? He changed his underwear. Walk out of the room. Wiped the water stains from my hair. Then he put on a black outfit. While the night is dim, walk quickly towards the mountain where the male disciples live. After Lin Fan left, quietly heading north, he remembered there was a road in the direction of the back mountain. Can avoid the sect's patrols. As long as you go down the mountain quietly. No letters. No one can find themselves. Please return to the room. Don't affect the plot development. Not allowed to leave. The Qingxiao sect system voice prompts. The sky is big. The earth is big. Laozi is the greatest. Life is at stake. It doesn't matter if this villain is the eldest brother. Lin Fan ignored. He continued walking towards the back hill. Please return to the room. The system keeps repeating this sentence. The noise made his head hurt. Temporary release of new tasks. Ask for the sword technique of Long Xingyue. The system has released a new task. Lin Fan sneered and said nothing. He's leaving. Ask for your advice. And in the previous life, he wasn't there at all during this time. Asked for the Long Xingyue sword technique. Just treat it as the system entertaining itself. Suddenly, he shrank back. A flash of sword light passed by his neck. It was almost over. He looked in the direction where the sword light was coming from. His face became. It's hard to believe that his master Long Xingyue is practicing sword in front of him. If you want to sneak away from this road, he will definitely be caught. You did this on purpose, right? Lin Fan was speechless. I kind of suspect this guy is a traitor sent by the other side. He remembered reading a novel on Blue Star. The protagonist will split the system to the enemy, knowing other people's every move. His enemies were fooled. He suspected that his system was designed to monitor him. Please don't tarnish my innocence. I am a serious villain system. Lin Fan rolled his eyes. Where is the villain system? Exactly. This system can also be divided into formal and informal. Forget it. Run from somewhere else. Shui Shou's figure descended from the top of his head. Block his way. Disciple pays homage to master. Lin Fan salutes. Lower your head slightly. Eyeballs rolling around. How did you come? Long Xingyue asked curiously. Someone is coming to the back mountain, mostly accompanied by loneliness. The disciple felt that someone was practicing sword in the back mountain. Out of curiosity. So let's take a look. But I didn't expect it to be master. Lin Fan said. I have been practicing sword here for more than 3 years. Long Xingyun said calmly. It is the disciple's fault to disturb the master. Disciple farewell. Lin Fan gave a farewell ceremony. Lift your legs and run. Long Xingyue watched him leave. Moonlight is clear. Thin figure. There is a hint of sadness in his eyes. Long Outyin resting on the bed. Squinting eyes. Happy expression. He was covered with a thin blanket. Right, that is it. He squinted his eyes. Full of enjoyment. After a while, body stiffened. Lying limp in bed. Good. This is your reward. Let's go back, Long Outyin said with satisfaction. He took out a bottle of pills and threw it out. A figure appeared. White and tender skin. Picking up the pill, he said excitedly. Thank you, brother. This is Fang Xiaohua, the female disciple who entered the sect with him. An indispensable supporting role in the early stage. Because of lack of talent, he became an outer disciple. Once, he was the one who asked Fang Xiaohua to sneak into Lin Fan's room, pretend to be a backup signal. Then Long Outyin rushed in with his fellow disciples. looking at him in tattered clothes. Lin Fan was completely convicted of defaming his fellow disciples. Then it was abolished. Exile. Long Outyin lies comfortably, thinking in my heart, I couldn't put the blame on Lin Fan today, although there are some mistakes. But it doesn't affect anything. Anyway, with his talent, we will defeat Lin Fan soon. Chief of Shengyuzu Peak. By the time, he can charge Lin Fan with whatever crime he wants. The master and the sisters are all on my side. No evidence is needed. Suddenly he opened his eyes. Jump out of bed.
Bang!
His bed broke. A dark shadow descended from above. Swing the sword. Late stage of foundation building. Long Outyin was surprised. I didn't expect someone would dare to assassinate me at Yuju Peak, or the strength of the late stage of foundation building. He performed his skills. Quickly dodge assassinations. I have just reached the peak of my chi training, not an opponent. After a few rounds of fighting, Long Outyin was slapped away. Watching the man in black coming with a sword, he took out a talisman and threw it out. I saw the talisman explode, spewing a lot of flames. Then he rushed out of the room, shouting for help. There is an assassin. Several male disciples from Heiju Mountain came over to check on the situation. The man in black saw that the situation was not good. I had to give up. Sai turned into a black shadow and left. What happened to Brother Long? Second brother Wu Qiankuan asked. I don't know who it is either. Someone just broke into my room. Want to kill me? Long Outyin said with a hint of murderous intent. Dare to assassinate yourself? Wait until he becomes stronger. Make sure to tear the other party into pieces. Do you know who it is? Wu Qiankuan observes his room. There are indeed signs of fighting. There are still sword marks left. I don't know. I only know that he is in the late stage of foundation building. Long Outyin made the black-clad assassin look like, although the depiction is similar to Lin Fan's. Anyway, there are only a few disciples in the late foundation building stage of Yuju Peak, except for a few sisters. The master, Brother Lin Fan. In this case, we need to report this to master. Let him decide. Wu Qiankuan said. Forget it. How can I trouble master with such a small matter? Long Outyin said. Brother Long, don't worry. This happened. How can we just sit back and do nothing? Even if it's the eldest brother. You can't cover the sky with one hand. Wu Qiankuan patted his shoulder. Comforting said. Lin Fan exits the mountain. Muttering in my heart. When did master like to go to the back mountain to practice? He doesn't know how. Ding, congratulations to the host for completing the task. Reward. A copy of Jade Girl Heart Sutra. System. You are enough. I was just passing by. Where can I learn swordsmanship? Lin Fan couldn't help but complain. This system really takes advantage of every opportunity. If the soft one doesn't work, force it on him. This Jade Girl Heart Sutra, the method of two people taking off their clothes and practicing facing each other. He is a loner in the sect. Who can he find? You can't find that male disciple. I'm not that perverted yet. The system did not respond. It's like a program without emotions. Since the mountain is not possible, then Yuchifeng should be fine. Yuchi Peak is under the jurisdiction of Yuju Peak. The scenery there is beautiful. Most of them are junior sisters who go there. There is a hot spring there. There is mist around. Beautiful scenery. Hence the name of the bathing pool. This hour, there shouldn't be any place for female disciples to take a bath. She changes direction. Stealthily walked towards Yuchi Peak. Staobai, why did senior brother plead guilty today? Su Yoshue holding a white cat in the water. Recalling the elder brother. I feel like he's changed. In the past, the eldest brother always targeted Long Outyin. He would always try to argue about the latter. But today he pleaded guilty. And she also called him the third junior sister. He feels strange. It's like a different person. Meow meow meow. White cat struggles and doesn't want to take a bath. We have wrongly blamed our senior brother before. We will never let him get hurt again. What do you think?
Suyok
He said with his head. The little white cat suddenly struggled. Washed ashore. Lin Fan sneaked into the bathhouse. I vaguely heard someone talking, muttering in my heart. Damn it, there are still people taking a shower in the middle of the night. Don't they get tired of soaking for so long? Slip past this. Carefully restrain your breath. Sneaking across the bathtub. Meowing sound came. A shadow flashed by. A white cat rushed over. Smooth action. Climbed onto his shoulders very skillfully. Lin Fan's face turned black. Isn't this Su Yoshue's pet cat? Could it be that he is the one bathing in the bathtub? Big brother, why did you sneak into the bathhouse? Su Yoshua sees the sneaky Lin Fan. Pretty face flushed. My body can't help but sink. Buried underwater. Haha, it turns out she is my junior sister. I said I was just passing by. Do you believe it? Lin Fan's face twitched. Damn system. It must be his doing. No matter where he goes tonight. They are all from Yuju Peak. Either the master or the junior sister. I just wanted to sneak down the mountain. Is it that difficult? I feel like they were arranged by the system to block me. Despicable, I believe. Su Yoshua said shyly. I just feel dizzy. So embarrassing. Could it be that the eldest brother is here to peek at me taking a bath? When I think of my past life, it seems that the eldest brother has also done such a perverted thing. Why is it said to be the previous life? Yes, he was reborn. In the previous life. The junior brother whom they once trusted and valued the most. In order to prove his sacrifice, including cultivating the sect for many years, recalling past lives. It seems that except for the eldest brother, no one knows his wolfish ambitions. Only the eldest brother fought back desperately, finally ended up with a tragic death. But before the eldest brother left Qingxiao sect, I once sneaked into the bathing pool, peep at them taking a bath. It's still that big brother. He hasn't changed. When Lin Fan was thinking about how to argue, they received a message from Master. All disciples are required to rush to the meeting room. Third junior sister, Master urgently calls. I won't bother you anymore. He grabbed the little white cat. Throw back into the bath. Run away. System, you are a traitor. Did you do this? He was really angry. This traitor tried to stop me from escaping. So I arranged for someone to block me. Well, to pave the way for the protagonist. He really took great pains. Back to the main peak. He released his consciousness. You'll soon find out what happened. It turned out that the bastard Long Outyin was assassinated, but failed. Then he put the blame on himself, although no names were mentioned. But doesn't his description incriminate himself? He met with Master today. There's no point in pointing the finger. It seems to be useful. Anyway, they all trust Long Outyin without thinking. Even if the evidence is in front of us, they also think it's their fault. As for Su Yoshua, don't worry about her testifying. Does she dare to tell Yu Qifeng about this in public? A girl's reputation is important. Besides, she prefers Long Outyin. I won't say it anymore. As long as I insist that I did it myself. This time I will definitely get out of here. He thought secretly. Ding released a new task. Denial of the assassination ritual. Defeat Long Outyin's arrogance. Reward, 1 golden silkworm. The system issued another task. Lin Fan rolled his eyes. Go to hell, you're causing trouble again. He just stepped into the meeting room. Everyone's eyes are focused on this. There's a weird light in his eyes. Lung Xinhua saw him come in, just about to speak. He knelt down again, talking about disciples confessing their sins. Please punish me according to the sect rules. Abolish the disciples' cultivation. Expelled from the sect. Everyone pleads guilty. Don't you want to make any excuses? This is not like the style of the eldest brother. Master, since the elder brother pleads guilty, please wait for me. Wu Qingkuan stood up, said righteously. I hope Master will make the decision for us. Take back the position of the chief brother. Abolition of cultivation. Expelled from the sect. Yichen followed up and said, Oh, who do you think can be the chief? Lung Xinhua asked back. He looked at them coldly. Although I don't know why. Lin Fan is out of character. No rush to interrogate. I guess there's no need for questioning. He will also admit his guilt. Although the assassination took place after he left the back mountain. But he did have time to go back and commit the crime. But he believes it wasn't him. Of course it's junior brother Outyin. He is gifted. Just 3 months after entering the profession, I broke through from the 5th level of Qi training to the 9th level. The gifted man broke the Qingxiao sect's historical record. Will surely lead us to the top in the future. Yi Chun said proudly, as if he was talking about himself. Disciples agree. Qingkuan said, Okay, I know what happened. The assassination was not done by a child. Just now, I was in the back mountain teaching feiner swordsmanship. He didn't have time to commit the crime. Someone must be trying to frame him. Lung Xinhua retracted her gaze, said calmly, except for the eldest brother. Yu Xufeng has no disciples who have reached the late stage of foundation building. Besides, only the eldest brother and the junior brother Outyin have a grudge.
Ye Chan retorted.
Lin Fan was speechless. This reason is far-fetched enough. Yu Zhufeng didn't know that he was in the late stage of foundation building, but it doesn't matter. Although I don't know why Master wants to defend himself. I hope Long Outyen's protagonist halo can be stronger. Others will be affected by the protagonist, and their quality will be reduced. Maybe I saw it wrong. The assassin is not the eldest brother. Long Outyen said in a deep voice. Since Master has defended him. But he still wanted to struggle. Seems to be an excuse for Lin Fan. Actually, I just want to correct. Long Outyen looked at Chu Yunying who was standing beside him. The fourth sister usually trusts him the most. Often helped him suppress Lin Fan. I'm counting on him to help. Lin Fan looked at Chu Yunying. Secretly ad for him. As one of Long Outyen's harem. Whether the senior brother can succeed depends on the junior sister. As long as he helps Long Outyen to insist that he is an assassin. Undeniable. Practicing swordplay with Long Xingyue. Even if Long Xingyue is the peak master. It's not good to cover yourself. Seeing the expectant look of the elder brother.
Chu Yunying fell.
My heart feels like it's been hit hard. Former senior brother. I have also used this look to ask for help, but I have been ignored. Since the murderer is someone else. I am willing to investigate this matter. Find the murderer. Chu Yunying stood up. The sound is cold and without temperature. Although no excuse was made. Although he did not defend Lin Fan. But he also made his attitude clear. Lin Fan heard this. His face suddenly fell. Head down in thought. Which step went wrong? In this case, I'll leave this matter to you. Long Xingyue said calmly. He glanced at a few disciples. Let them back off immediately. Feigner, you stay. Lin Fan walked out cursing in his heart. Hearing Long Xinyue's call. He came back cursing again. Chu Yunying has something to say. But he saw that Master wanted him to stay. Looking at the back of the senior brother with complicated eyes. Memories of the past reappear. It seems like I haven't seen him for a long time. Why do you always want to admit your mistakes today? Do you want to leave the sect? Long Xinyue asked. Master misunderstood. But no matter how the disciples defended themselves. No one believes. In the end, it will be the disciples' fault. Might as well just admit it. Lin Fan said self-deprecatingly. He used to work hard. But is it useful? The fines will only increase. Is it in your heart? Am I such an unreasonable person? Long Xinyue asked. More than unreasonable.
No brands.
Lin Fan's criticism. Think. Although he didn't know why Long Xinyue wanted to help him. I think it should be a problem with the dog system. Disciple dare not. Just figured it out. Lin Fan said.
I'm curious.
Long Xinyue said. He doesn't remember how long it was. I haven't had a good conversation with my senior disciple. Immortality is not easy. But the mortal world can also be free. If the immortal road is full of troubles, it's better to return to the mortal world. Get at ease. Lin Fan thought for a while. Finally came up with some high-end. A reason that sounds powerful and hard to refute. He doesn't want to live like a dog in his last life. It's the teacher's fault. This won't happen again. You should practice diligently. Yuju Peak is always yours. Long Xinyue was somewhat moved. Knowing what's in his mind. After Long Outyen joined the sect. Keep suppressing Lin Fan. Right or wrong. He carried it all. Disciple only wishes to be accompanied by the world. Wandering. Lin Fan said seriously. I hope Master will help you. Maybe I'm tired. Go back first. Long Xinyue said calmly. The eldest disciple's abnormal behavior today made him puzzled. I have some guesses in my mind. He asked Lin Fan to go back and have a good rest. The days ahead. He will handle the chief's work personally. Don't let him work. Lin Fan's eyes look weird. Why do the master and junior sisters seem to have changed? Shouldn't be standing with Long Outyen. Are you suppressing yourself? The dog system didn't give any reminders. Since I can't figure it out, I simply don't want to think about it anymore. He returned to his residence. The reason for rebirth. He moved out of his original residence. Choose a place far from Yuju Peak. Live in the place closest to the human world. Who came here in the middle of the night? He watched the room become lit. I opened the door with some doubts. But he saw the most incredible thing in my life. Su Yoshue fell asleep on his bed. Doesn't he usually hate himself? Often around Long Outyen. Better than a nanny. Why did you come to see him tonight? Sleeping in his bed. I must have opened it wrong. He left the room, closed the door and reopened it. As expected, nothing is an illusion. He actually fell asleep lying down and drooled on his pillow. Trap or design? He walked closer and saw. Su Yoshue was not alert at all. Sleep soundly. What's up with the dog system? I don't remember this plot. He tried hard to recall his days in Qingxiao sect. This really never happened. Normally, Su Yoshua would never look at me with high regard. How could I lie in bed? Detect whether the female host uses Hahuan powder. Weaken the destiny of the protagonist. Lin Fan's face turned green. This dog system wants to harm me. He asked why he would be rewarded with Hahuan powder. Waiting here. I understand. This is a conspiracy. Su Yoshua deliberately slept in my bed. As long as I make some moves, Long Outyin will lead his fellow disciples to frame me. Defiled fellow apprentice. Connect all things. Everything is explained. He admitted that he seriously injured and assassinated Long Outyin, and it was okay. As long as he doesn't die. Not much damage. At least there is room for recovery. This level of cultivation can still withstand being expelled from the sect. But defiled fellow, especially Su Yoshua, is a direct disciple. The crime is more serious and should be punished by death according to the sect rules. It is estimated that the meridians will be destroyed and the exile will be in a state of exile. Sure enough, the previous ones were just small fights. The biggest pit is waiting for you here. Please prohibit the behavior of paranoia. System hint. There are only 2 of them within this kilometer radius. Seeing Su Yoshua move, he quickly exited the door. Looking around, see if there is any movement. Su Yoshua stood up and rubbed her eyes. Seeing Lin Fan staring at him alertly outside the door. Curious, I asked my senior brother, why don't you come in? Men and women should not touch each other. Why is the 3rd sister in my room? Lin Fan asked back. I want to ask you to promise me one thing.
Su Yoshua smiled.
Lin Fan spread his hands. Refuse to help or agree. Refuse to be a licker. Start from me. As long as I am not seduced by beauty.
No beauty tricks.
Big brother, can you please help me? Su Yoshua came out. Eyes full of prayer. Pure and beautiful. It's hard to refuse. Go find someone else. Wu Qinkuan is also good.
Ye-chan.
Long Outyin is also okay. I won't help anyway. Lin Fan carefully walked around him. Su Yoshua wanted to follow him in, but I got a cold shoulder. Directly rejected. It's late at night, junior sister. Let's go back. Single man and single woman. It damages your reputation. Su Yoshua understood what he meant. The so-called damage to his reputation. It's just a reason to refuse. Big brother, don't you like me so much?
Suoe suddenly felt sad.
Big brother has changed. No longer the one who cares about the sect. No longer a protective senior brother. Junior sister is joking. I'm just tired. If you have any difficulties, just go find your junior brother Long. Lin Fan's voice came out. With a bit of indifference. He went into the room. Rushed through his things. See, that pink and white underwear is well hidden. I breathed a sigh of relief. It's a good thing that Su Yoshua saw this underwear. He is too embarrassed to see anyone. Yeah, I can take it with me. I remember that in my previous life, after I failed in the competition with Long Outyin, he found the underwear. Then I was ruined. As long as you don't die, stay away from trouble. What if I'm ruined? In the previous life, he wanted to destroy the underwear. So I carried it with me. It just so happened that that day was the sect competition. He lost to this underwear. Also exposed. So he lost face in front of the whole sect. Reputation ruined. Later, he targeted Long Outyin step by step. Being stepped on step by step. There are still 3 months until the sect competition. At that time, Long Outyin had already broken through to the 9th level of the Golden Core. Treat me like a rookie. As long as I don't break through the Jindan. 3 months later, it became infamous. Even if my cultivation is not abolished at that time. Chief Mom is. Can't keep it. System. I think it's okay to follow the plot. He stroked his chin. Just be careful behind. Fang Xiaohua was not exiled. The chief of Yuzhu Peak made too many mistakes. First, he was abolished as the chief. Then I thought about how to leave the sect. Su Yoshua waited outside the door for a long time. Seeing that Lin Fan was still unwilling to open the door, I had to leave sadly. He couldn't figure it out. Why did the eldest brother change overnight? Lin Fan plans to take off his clothes and go to bed. The system's voice rang in my ears. Dingyin's host is a bit rebellious when doing tasks. Slows down task progress. So the punishment was kneeling for 3 days. Kneel down if you say so. Lin Fan didn't care. Suddenly, an irresistible force came. The strong pressure forced him to kneel down. Dog system you. He gritted his teeth. The mouth was sealed by an invisible force. It can only make a humming sound. Lin Fan was so angry that his teeth itched. Which mission has this bastard not completed? Even if he does nothing. The dog system was also forced upon him. This is the rhythm of forcing good women into prostitution. Su Yoshue returned to her residence. Eyes are a little red. I feel very aggrieved. Sisterin, what's wrong with you? Chu Yunying came over. Seeing Su Yoshue in a low mood. Like being wronged. Curious. Nothing. It's just that the wind and sand blurred my eyeshadow. What do you find me for? Su Yoshue asked. Sister, you don't know. Long Outyin was assassinated. Master ordered me to investigate. So I want to ask my sister. Any clues tonight? Chu Yunying asked. No one who is full will kill that sissy for no reason. All I know is to complain every day. I'm so fed up. Su Yoshue said calmly. Reborn to re-examine Long Outyin. I just feel like I can't bear to watch. Hypocritical and narrow-minded. Cruel. Even the most trivial matters require consultation with Master. Ask them for help. It's better to cut off the two tails of meat. Just be a woman. He doesn't understand. Why do people in the sect value him so much? They all revolve around him. Chu Yunying looked at him strangely. Usually you seem to be the most diligent in running there. Also the one who helps the most. Why did you suddenly start cursing? Long Outyin and second brother and others. He insisted that it was done by the senior brother. I think you seem to have come back from senior brother. Any findings? Chu Yunying asked. Su Yoshue looked at the fourth apprentice sister warily. He said coldly, if you have the guts, ask them to produce evidence. Don't put all the blame on big brother. It's late and I'm sleepy. If nothing happens, go ask someone else. He remembered his past life. Chu Yunying even his trump card. The family secrets were passed down to Long Outyin. Be careful. If he dares to harm the eldest brother, don't blame yourself. Then I won't bother third sister.
Chu Yunying sợ mai.
His temperament is cold. Bad at speaking. The moment I turned around, there was a hint of coldness in the eyes. At the same time, the corners of the mouth. A sneer. This investigation will definitely never produce any results. Because no one will investigate themselves. Chu Yunying naturally knew. It wasn't the senior brother who assassinated Long Outyin. Because he was the one who did it that night. Why did he want to assassinate Long Outyin? Because he is also a reborn person. How can I not avenge my master's blood feud? Even though this is something Long Outyin did later. But he wants to nip this in the bud. When his underwear disappeared last night, he knew it was the senior brother who took action. Because during the sect competition, the eldest brother was defeated by Long Outyin. He also found my underwear. Thus ruined. The position of chief was abolished on that day. So he sneaked into Black Bamboo Peak. However, when he saw Feng Xiaohua, when I came out of Long Outyin's room, it further confirmed his false accusations against the senior brother. I wanted to take advantage of Long Outyin's relaxation of vigilance. Kill it, even if I bear the guilt of killing my fellow disciples. He also admitted, even if I am executed, I am willing. I just didn't expect Long Outyin to be so sharp. Avoid his sneak attack. There are also life-saving methods. The assassination attempt failed. The reason why he proposed to investigate the murderer. I just want Master to let him investigate. This matter is in his hands. Naturally, it will end. People like Long Outyin shouldn't live in this world. His voice is cold, full of murderous intent. Chu Long Outyin is lying on the bed, recalling today's events. Too strange. I always feel that the attitude of master and senior sister. There has been a change. Normally, as long as he says, the sect's things are no problem. Su Yoshue also listened to him. As long as he says something wrong about Lin Fan, Su Yoshue will target Lin Fan. However, Su Yoshue did not help him today. Instead, he wanted to help Lin Fan get away with it. Things are weird. Isn't he charming enough? Or the beauty has decreased? He looked in the mirror. Still as handsome as ever. Except that he is not as good as Yin Zhu. Who can have such a peerless heroic posture? But how could this happen? Master, what's going on? Why do I always feel that everything in this world, everything changed starting today? Long Outyin asked curiously. In the past, as long as he was assassinated, a few senior brothers and sisters will definitely turn Yuzhu Peak upside down. I will never take it lightly like today. Lung Xinyue would also listen to him and punish Lin Fan. I didn't really look at him much today. This is an illusory figure. The ring floated out of his hand. It's a woman. Unrivaled. White hair pours down like a waterfall. 3,000 feet of white hair. The light in my eyes. I can sense that your luck has changed. It seems like there is a force against you. The white-haired woman said. Who is targeting me? Is it Lin Fan? Long Outyin said angrily. Dare to target yourself. You have a way to die. White-haired woman shaking. First of all, he is not that capable yet. It's not clear who it is. You should be careful in Qingxiao sect. I can't help you at will. Once exposed, you and I are both in danger. I see. No matter who is targeting me. Wait till I find him. He will definitely be doomed. Long Outyan's eyes are full of hostility. Those who oppose him are evil. All must die. Qingxiao sect will have a big competition in 3 months. The top 10 people can enter the Enlightenment Cave. There is your great fortune. If it is not necessary, don't compete with Lin Fan first. Improving your own strength is the right path. The white-haired woman said, Master, don't worry. Disciples are not reckless people. I tried to avoid conflicts with him during this period. He is confident. The corners of the mouth slowly rise to a 45-degree arc. Arrogant. In his eyes, Lin Fan is just a traitor. Not enough for him to pay attention. It's just a stepping stone on my road to becoming an immortal. As long as the master helps. He has all kinds of resources at his fingertips. Effortless. 3 days passed in a flash. The assassination. Chu Yuning just asked a few people about the situation. No more attention. When someone asks, he would say perfunctorily that it was still under investigation. Push it if you can. Anyway, after this period of time, no one will mention this again. Even if someone disagrees. Report to Long Xinyue. I can't get the answer I want. Lin Fan opened the door and walked out. Both legs keep shaking. Damn system. He was really kept on his knees for 3 days and 3 nights. My legs are numb now. It's time to collect the monthly salary again. If I wasn't worried that they would come to my door without thinking. This moon phoenix is not effective. Disciples can receive 1,000 spiritual stones every month. As the chief disciple, he can receive 1,500 and more privileges. That's why he was targeted by Destiny's Child. Want to replace him? Isn't this the murderer? How come it came out? Worried about being assassinated. With Master's protection, the chief disciple again. No one can do anything to him. He just came to receive Yefeng's Qinhe Hall. I heard a weird voice. Lin Fan looked at Yi Qin's damn lackey. Looking for trouble again. I'm eating your rice. Where you go is none of your business. If you are not a direct disciple, you don't even have the qualifications to stand in front of me and speak. Lin Fan is a burst of anger. Middle finger raised. I greeted his ancestors for 18 generations. What the hell is this? I come out to get some money and breathe, and I have to target myself? Where is the rich Han family? I'm digging up your ancestors' graves. Or sleep with all the women in your family. Long Outyan saw his lackey being bullied. Come out immediately. Standing between the two. Speaking of Big Brother, I know you're targeting me. If I have offended you before, I want to apologize to you. I hope you don't transfer your anger to others. If you want to kill, just kill me. Wu Qinkuan, Yi Chun, and many outer disciples heard this. All moved to pieces. What a nice person. I actually want to bear the wrath of my senior brother alone. On the other hand, senior brother, as chief, how dare you bully your junior fellow students? He also wanted to assassinate junior brother Long Outyan. Why do evil people rule the world? It's so unfair. Lin Fan saw the reactions and whispers of the crowd. Toothache from anger. What is green tea, man? It's so disgusting. I can't eat for even a second when I see him. He rubbed his swollen knee. Want to go away. Both feet feel numb. Fell directly to the ground. What are you all doing? Su Yoshua hurried over. Gently helped Lin Fan up. Seeing his painful face. Frowning. Like being punished. He turned back and looked at Long Outyan angrily. He shouted angrily, What did you do to my elder brother? Long Outyan was shocked. He didn't do anything. Just said 2 words. He fell down by himself. None of my business. Third sister, listen to my explanation. I just said 2 words. But nothing was done. Then an elder came over. Touched Lin Fan's knee. Don't worry. Just a knee injury. Just take some medicine and wipe it off and it will be fine. Su Yoshua became even angrier after hearing this. Pointing at Long Outyan said coldly, I didn't expect you to be so vicious. Secretly attacking the senior brother. Injured his knee. Do you want to break his legs? Long Outyan was shocked. I'm a little bit unconfident. This pot seems to be real. Could it be that Master did this? He asked secretly. Third senior sister. I swear I didn't do anything to senior brother. Long Outyan explained. Swearing useful words. Is the law enforcement hall still necessary? When you didn't speak. Big brother, everything is fine. Then you stand up. The elder brother fell down. So many eyes watching. Is there any fake? You think we're deceptive? 3-year-olds are blind. Or do you think that it is you, the elder brother, who is stupid? Injured by oneself. Maybe it's him. He injured himself. Wanna frame Out Yin? Junior brother Yi Chun whispered. Good. Long Out Yin has learned to lie with his eyes open. I didn't expect you to be this kind of person. You break your leg yourself. Then fell to the ground. Su Yoshua pointed at Long Out Yin and yelled. A fierce big sister. Long Out Yin, was speechless after being confronted. His face turned red and white. What does this have to do with him? That wasn't what he said. This shit pot can be put on his face. No evidence at all? Lin Fan tried hard to hold back his smile. Almost got internal injuries. It's true that spreading rumors is easy. Rumors. Put the blame on someone. Look so cool. Destiny child. I have been holding the shit pot and putting it on other people's heads all my life. Finally, it's his turn today. That's a funny. Good fortune comes to you. Who can escape the fate of heaven? Really? The little fairy is not good at taking the blame. This is really hard to refute. You are such a green tea. Then the 9 years of compulsory education I received were not in vain. The way of tea. Return the favor. Third junior sister, don't blame junior brother Long. It's my fault. I just have weak knees. I got hurt when I hit the ground. This isn't my brother's fault. If you want to scold me, scold me. Lin Fan's face is full of sincerity. It's also my fault that I'm mediocre. Occupies the chief position. I think junior brother Out Yin is more suitable to be the chief. No matter what you like. As the eldest brother, I can give it to him. I will go and ask for my resignation from master in a moment. Let him appoint junior brother Out Yin as the chief. Big brother, you are so kind. Don't worry, no matter who it is. Nothing can take away what belongs to you. Su Yoshua's eyes are red. I want to cry. Big brother is so nice. Why hadn't he discovered it before? What happened to Long Out Yin today? If you don't give a satisfactory answer, I will report this matter to master. If the master still protects you as always, I'll report it to the headmaster. Su Yoshua stared at Long Out Yin with cold eyes. A look of never giving up. Long Out Yin clenched his fist. Gloomy face. Forehead veins popping out. He just came out to collect a monthly salary. Said a word. Who did you offend? He actually caught him and wouldn't let go. Lin Fan is in a good mood. Watching Long Out Yin get frustrated. Smirking secretly.
So a skill.
Even I can't stop it. No wonder I lost so badly in my previous life. Is it useful to reason with the fairy? It's useless. They will just think you are quibbling. If you want to crack, I can only find a fairy with equal skills to fight with him. I'm sorry, big brother. This is the healing elixir. Please accept it. Long Out Yin finally lowered his head. It's all my fault. Why do you have to come and join in the fun? Okay, I also know that junior brother Out Yin didn't do it on purpose. I forgive you. Lin Fan took the elixir, smiling like a chrysanthemum. Congratulations to the host for completing the hidden mission. Strike destiny. The sun is arrogant. Frustrate. Increase the hatred value of the Lord of Destiny by 20 points. Obtain the God General Fruit. Listen to the system announcement. Lin Fan is no longer surprised. The dog system is a needle in the haystack. He didn't do anything either. As a result, the reward was forced in. Humph, if you dare to cause trouble to senior brother again, you're in trouble. Su Yoshua waved her fist and said coldly. Long Out Yin's face twitched slightly. No words. Then he left with a few lackeys. Big brother, are you okay? Su Yoshua turned around and looked at the senior brother. Show a sweet smile. Fortunately, I came to pick up Yefeng myself. Otherwise, the eldest brother will be bullied by Long Out Yin again. I'm fine, thank you. Lin Fan is a little confused about Su Yoshua. Why has he been helping me these days? Is your brain burnt out? Did you do anything to him? Host, how can you defame someone's innocence? I'm a regular system. The system replied. Then I can look at his attribute panel. See his favorability? Lin Fan asked. Please stop wishful thinking. I'm not a love system. I triple X. You dog system just want to see. He is hostile to himself. Deliberately cooperate with Long Out Yin in acting. It really has changed. Who wants to fall in love? He just wants to live a carefree life now. Noticed Lin Fan's subtle changes. Su Yoshua was very happy. At least I don't look at strangers like I did yesterday. He believed that the former senior brother would definitely come back. Oh, big brother. My Xiaobai has some problems recently. I want you to see what's going on. Su Yoshua said softly. eyes full of hope. The pet cat. Lin Fan thought about it. That pet cat is actually a little white tiger. It seems that the bloodline talent is awakened during this period, so he felt a little uncomfortable. No wonder the system rewarded that spiritual fruit. This routine is a ring after a ring. Take me to see it. He also wants to see the white tiger. What is awakening like? In the previous life, it was Long Outyin who helped Bai Hu awaken his bloodline. If Su Yoshue really changed, even if we are not fellow students in the future, at least they won't be enemies. Good Su Yoshue smiles like a flower. My eyes are almost squinting. He followed Su Yoshue Yongfeng. Not far from Dingyunju is Piok Suiju. It is the residence of the third sister. He opened the room, shouted Xiaobai. I'll bring my senior brother to see you. Meow Meow Xiaobai lay listlessly on the bed. I replied lazily twice. Seeing Lin Fan coming in, he raised his head slightly, licking his palm. Then he pulled it back dejectedly. Lin Fan touched his belly. I sensed a violent force running wild, tormenting his body and mind. That's why he feels so uncomfortable. Big brother Xiaobai. How is he? Su Yoshua asked nervously. Xiaobai has been in low spirits recently. He also asked the master. But I didn't get a precise answer. I just don't know that he's in such a bad state. I don't know why. He always feels. The eldest brother can help him deal with Xiaobai's problem. So I invited him over. No problem. It's like turning into a demon, Lin Fan said. Xiaobai rolled his eyes. You are the demon. Your whole family is a monster. I'm a beast. Okay? Transform into a demon. Do you mean Xiaobai will become a spirit pet? Su Yoshua is surprised. Full of smiles. Noob. He picked it up before he joined Qing Shao sect. Always by your side. If he could become a spirit pet, you can practice later. Can always be by your side. Lin Fan picked up Xiaobai, stroking his soft and shiny hair. Suddenly asked, did you give him water? I'll go get the spiritual spring now. Snow leaves quickly. Lin Fan took out the divine general fruit. Whispered little guy. Come eat it quickly. Xiaobai sniffed the fruit. Then swallow it. A deafening roar. A roar filled with the might of the Beast King. Spread the powerful force. Lin Fan retreated several steps due to the shock. Little White's hair is shining, emitting extremely dazzling white light. Then golden lines appeared on the hair of the body. The word King slowly appeared on his forehead. The might of the Beast King rushes to the heaven and earth. The monsters within 100 miles sense the power of the white tiger, all trembling and crawling on the ground. The elder of Lingshou Peak frowned, seeing their pets lying on the ground. Weak. I feel depressed. What happened to them today? Are you feeling unwell? Xiaobai's momentum is like a rainbow, stretching lazily on the bed. A tiger roar came out of his mouth. His breath surged. Breakthrough from the first level to the peak of the second level in one go. Even Lin Fan sensed the danger. Is this the white tiger? Eat a fruit. Awakening bloodline talent. Breakthrough to the peak of the second level in one go. It is indeed a top beast. Looking at the bright white hair. Glossy and smooth. No wonder Su Yoshua likes it so much. Hold me in your arms every day. Everyone loves it. He also loves white tiger. Okay, junior sister is coming back soon. Converge. Lin Fan stroked his hair. Xiaobai enjoys using his head to push his hand. Textures on the body. The character Wang on the forehead has disappeared. The white tiger is a top beast. Even an old monster in the god transformation realm would be jealous when seeing this. He needs to hide his breath. Otherwise it will affect Su Yoshua's safety. Hello, Xiaobai. Su Yoshua held the bowl he usually used. Watching him become lively and energetic again. Ecstatic. Holding him and needing him. He detected Xiaobai's situation. The violent force dissipated. Now that Xiaobai is fine, then I'll go back first. Lin Fan stretches. When you want to leave. The sleeves were pulled. Senior brother Su Yoshua's face turned red. Thank you softly. You helped me today. It's even. Lin Fan waved his hand. Leave quickly. Su Yoshua holding the little white kiss and hug. The joy on her face can't be hidden. He can feel. The relationship with the senior brother has become closer. No longer a cold response. Xiaobai, do you think the senior brother will like me? He is holding Xiaobai. I remember the tense relationship with my senior brother. I have done so many excessive things. So, big brother will definitely hate it. Meow. Xiaobai stretches out his cat claws. Then he shook his head in a very human way. What did you say? I really raised you in vain. White-eyed wolf. You sleep alone tonight. Su Yoshua put him aside angrily. Then he lay down angrily. Xiaobai jumped onto the windowsill. The moonlight is especially beautiful on him. Make a meowing sound, like calling for something. Ding, congratulations on completing the hidden task. The host helps White Tiger awaken his bloodline. Reward, a pair of flowing cloud shoes. Listen to the system's sound. Lin Fan is a little numb. Anyway, the system is just trying to stuff things into itself. No more clothes. Long Outyin returned to his residence. I am in a violent mood. This was the first time that Su Yoshua targeted him like this. He had clearly shown concern for me before. When he first saw Su Yoshua, it's considered a spasm. These days I've been thinking about how to eat him. In the end, he helped Lin Fan instead. Embarrass him. How dare he? Long Outyin felt. It was Lin Fan who used strange means to confuse Su Yoshua. Otherwise, how could he suddenly change so much? Now his master is asleep. Since coming to Qingxiao sect, rarely wake up. If it is possible, he must ask the master to find a solution. Anyone who dares to touch my woman will die. Lin Fan, you are dead. He smashed things in the room in anger. Fang Xiaohua was startled. Brother Outyin, he said cautiously. Come here, I want to calm down. Long Outyin said expressionlessly. Fang Xiaohua walked closer. Long Outyin picked him up, thrown roughly onto the bed, then turned into a beast. The bed curtains fell. There was a sound of tearing cloth. Soon, with a cry of surprise, the bed curtains flutter, accompanied by a creaking friction sound. Lin Fan whistled, holding the back of the head with both hands, watching the moon shining. I think back to what happened in the past few days. They are indeed different. Whether it's the master or the junior sister, they have all changed. This strange behavior aroused his suspicion even more. Why did they change like this? I don't know what happened after his death. Did something important happen after his death? That's why they changed. He guessed it was definitely not because of him. Since he was exiled, I haven't seen the same door. Even if I become a demon, no one knows who the demon is. System. Su Yoshua and Master were reborn. He asked. He thinks this is the only possibility. Because Long Outyin did something that made them hate him, they will change after rebirth. Otherwise, it wouldn't have changed overnight. They no longer care about Long Outyin. He was calm about the 2 assassinations. The system did not respond. As quiet as death. If everyone is reborn, they will carry the memories of their previous lives. Maybe they have a system. The enemy of all my enemies is my friend. In my previous life, I had always been against Long Outyin, so they chose me as an ally, or used me to deal with Long Outyin. After some analysis, Lin Fan, I think it's like this. Otherwise, it's hard to explain why they changed overnight. As expected, as long as a man doesn't fall in love, the mind is clear. Logical thinking comparable to Sherlock Holmes. I'm such a genius. He returned to his residence. He raised his head and showed a surprised expression. An unexpected guest came to his residence. He was the one who thought it was impossible. First time visiting him at night. Sister Chu, what do you want from me? Are you welcome, big brother? Yuning looked at Lin Fan. Lips parted. Makes a clear and pleasant sound. His appearance is stunning. It is even more beautiful in the moonlight. Like a fairy from the otherworldly realm descending to earth. If I say no, will you leave? Lin Fan said. Chu Yuning has a calm personality. Don't like to communicate with people. Usually, he stays at home and rarely goes out. Obsessed with cultivation. It seems that I didn't have much intersection with him in my past life. But one thing is certain. He was also Long Outyin's concubine in his previous life. Like his cold personality. A look of sexual indifference. It's hard for ordinary people to impress him. Only people like Long Outyin who are shameless. The Destiny Child. A person who increases his charm by relying on the aura of the protagonist. To be able to do it easily. Big brother, you are really good at joking. Chu Yuning said. LOL, I really want to stay away from you. Keep a cold face all day. As if everyone owes you $250,000. Long Outyin's harem again. Disappear as far as you can. Lin Fan secretly complained. But he still said calmly, please tell me if you have anything to say. Otherwise I'll sleep. Chu Yuning saw that he didn't seem to be joking. Explained that I want to ask my brother for a favor. Don't help us, we are not familiar with. Lin Fan raised his hand to refuse. Then it closed directly. After the event, I will pay my senior brother 1 night of ice crystals as a reward. Chu Yuning said. The door creaks open. Lin Fan came out. With a righteous face, he said to help his junior sister. It's my responsibility as a senior brother. It's not for a night of ice crystals. I wonder what my junior sister wants my help with? Brother, follow me.
Chu Duy Ninh smiled.
Looking at his back, Lin Fan felt a little regretful. I shouldn't have promised him rashly. If it was Long Outyin who asked him to lure him out. If you set up an ambush again, you will be in danger. Just a leaf of ice crystal is too tempting. It is said that an ancient emperor left behind a legacy. Want to open the key to the inheritance cave. Just an ice crystal. In his previous life, he became a demon. By Long Outyin. Easily defeated. It was he who received the inheritance from that great emperor. His key was also given to him by Chu Yunying. The secret of Yi Bingjing. Very few know. The reason why Chu Yunying has such a personality. It was also because of the disaster brought by a leaf of ice crystal. His family was destroyed. Passed by Lung Xinyue. Just saved him. Bring back Yuzhu Peak. Accepted as the fourth disciple. He just doesn't understand. Why is a leaf of ice so important? He will easily hand it over to an outsider. Lin Fan's expression changed. Until they came to an empty place. The drumbeat in his heart was getting louder. Watching Chu Yunying slowly draw out the sword. Lin Fan took 2 steps back. Remind Sister Dao Chu. Harming fellow disciples is punishable by death. You need to calm down. Don't let temporary love get you in the head. Big brother, what did you say? Chu Yunying is puzzled. I just want to ask my senior brother to practice sword with me. Lin Fan's eyes twitched. Carefully survey the surroundings. Practice sword. Why do you have to come so late at night? And ran to a place where no one was. It's gonna scare him to death. He is really scared. Designed by Long Outyin and Chu Yunying. I just accompanied him to practice swordplay. I will give you a page of ice crystals. That's a bit arrogant. Even the head. I don't dare to play like this. If it's just sword training. No need to run so far. It's quiet here. I usually prefer to practice here.
Chu Duy Ninh line.
Lin Fan draws his sword. Laughing, junior sister wants to practice sword. I will accompany you till the end. He released his consciousness. Always keep an eye on your surroundings. Unsure of safety. Still need to be vigilant. As Yu Hufing's cultivation maniac, Chu Yunying rushed over seriously. Sword flashes. Leaving brilliant colors in the moonlight. Lin Fan was shocked. Tilting the neck to avoid. I saw the sword shadow stabbing at me like a rain of pear blossoms. Depressed. The speed of this sword is too fast. Both are in the late stage of foundation building. Why does he have to resist? Here comes Chu Yunying's sword fast and accurate. Forced him to retreat repeatedly. I saw him draw a sword shadow in the dark night. With a bang. Knock his sword away. Lin Fan fell to his knees. Support your body with your hands. Slightly panting. Is this the strength of the heroine? Ding, congratulations to the host for completing the hidden task. Obtain Dragon and Phoenix Sword Technique. A system voice came. Does the host want to learn? Lin Fan opens the inventory. Found 2 more secret books on it. One is Dragon Soul Sword Technique. One is Feng Ling Sword Technique. No need to guess. This is a set of swordsmanship practiced by couples. The host agrees to practice Dragon Soul Sword Technique. Reached the first level of Dragon Soul Sword Technique. He is still considering whether to learn. As a result, the system helped him to open the learning skill. Dog system, you are enough. Now, not only are many new tasks made into hidden tasks, or just help me make the decision. You are a hooligan. He couldn't help cursing. This dog is getting more and more arrogant. Can't spoil him. Not surprisingly. The system is silent again. He felt a strong sword intent permeating his body. It's as if my sword has a tacit understanding. Big brother, are you okay? Chu Yunying came over and asked with concern. Lin Fan noticed the improvement in his swordsmanship. No matter what, I'll just pretend to be cool tonight. Intimidate this junior sister. Let her know what respect is. Brother, I'm fine. I just let you. Now I'm going to be serious. He dusted himself off. Pick up the sword and raise it.
Chu Duy Ninh really smiled.
April blooms beautifully. Good Lin Fan circulates his spiritual power. A flash of figure. Quickly disappear from the spot. I can't even catch his breath. Chu Yunying was shocked. Notice the movement behind you. Then he swung his sword and cut. Lin Fan didn't know when he would appear. He bent slightly. Sideways chop. The domineering power surged out. 2 swords collide. This time it's Chu Yunying's turn to suffer the loss. He felt a slight numbness in his arm. The sword is buzzing. Being shocked. Holding the sword. He watched his sword being blown away. He couldn't believe it. The senior brother who just couldn't resist his attack. How come he suddenly knocked his sword away with one move? That body and strength. Like two different people. Lin Fan clicked his tongue. It is worthy of being a system product. Directly improve his strength to a higher level. Big brother, what kind of swordsmanship is this? He asked curiously. I think the swordsmanship displayed by the eldest brother is domineering and fierce. Like a flying dragon in the sky. There is a grand and open momentum. This is called real man swordsmanship. Lin Fan holds his head high. Said mysteriously. Chu Yunying really wants to know how his senior brother is a swordsman. I know this doesn't belong to Qingxiao sect. Maybe it's his chance. I guess he doesn't want to reveal it. I don't want to force him. Then I'm going to start taking it seriously. Be careful, big brother. He blinked. Said playfully. Then two figures crossed. Frequently collide and separate under the moonlight. The sword energy is raging. The air waves spread in circles. The sound of metal collision. Big brother classic. A cry came. Chu Yunying's sword was knocked away again. My arms are numb from the shock. I can no longer hold the sword tightly. Dragon Soul Sword. Extraordinary. Lin Fan just used his sword to shoot. Chu Yunying couldn't stand it. Lost in just a few rounds. His hair is messy. Sweating a lot. Some panting. Big brother, can you teach me this sword technique? He looked at Lin Fan expectantly. I hope to learn swordsmanship. He can see. This sword technique. It is stronger than the swordsmanship he is currently practicing. Seeing his strange look. Looking at me with caution and suspicion. Chu Yunying's heart was set. Take out an ice crystal from your arms. Speaking of big brother. This is the ice crystal that I promised you overnight. As long as you have 3 months. Just come and practice sword with me every night. Lin Fan took the ice crystal with doubt. In the moonlight. Ice crystals emit brilliant light. Just stay with him for 3 months. Is he trying to improve himself? In the sect competition 3 months later. The sect holds a big competition every year. In order to test the disciples' cultivation progress over the past year. The rewards are also very generous. But Qingxiao sect has 7 main peaks. Each peak master has 9 disciples sitting under him. Inner disciple 50. There are 300 outer disciples. It's not easy to get the top 10. Since junior sister is so generous. Brother, I can't be so cautious. This is the sword technique I practiced. He glanced at the 2 secret books in the inventory. Decided to use the Dragon Soul Sword technique. Smiled and said. Chu Yunying is delighted. Reaching out to take it. Lin Fan shrank back. You swear. This sword technique cannot be passed on to a third person. Chu Yunying understood his concerns. Nodding and swearing. Lin Fan gave him the sword manual.
Fangming Sword Technique.
Chu Yunying looked at the sword technique. Feel the ancient atmosphere of the sword manual. There is also a strong pressure. Breathing becomes slightly faster. Can't wait to open and watch. Lin Fan heard the name of the sword technique, he said. Didn't he use the Dragon Soul Sword technique? How could it be Fengling sword technique? Then he opened the inventory and saw. Black suddenly became black. The item on the inventory is Dragon Soul Sword technique. In other words, the Fengling sword technique he just gave. What the hell are you doing to the system? Host, please respect yourself. This is your own fault because you are old and blind. Don't wrongly accuse good people. System says. Lin Fan gritted his teeth. I wish I could catch this bastard and give him a good beating. I'm sorry, junior sister Chu. I just saw it wrong. This is the sword technique for you. He took out the Dragon Soul Sword manual. I want to reach out and take back the book in his hand. But Chu Yunying moved away. Cleverly avoided. Things sent by the elder brother. There's no reason to go back. He glanced at the book in Lin Fan's hand. A faint smile appeared on the corner of his mouth. He can see. Fengling sword technique and Dragon Soul sword technique are a set of sword techniques. Fengling attacks the skill to seek its advantage. This is to attack the 100 dragon souls in order to seek the truth. This is the way of Lily. Nothing is invincible. Ideas complement each other. You can tell by the name whether it is male or female. The sword technique is a very reasonable one. Hard work in practicing swordsmanship. From the previous fight, he could guess that the eldest brother was practicing the Dragon Soul sword technique. Lin Fan watched Chu Yunying put away his sword skills. Picked up the sword and started practicing. I had to give up. The damn dog system is playing tricks on him again. Chu Yunying Fairy under the moon. Sword dance moon shadow. Like a beautiful scenery. Lin Fan was also stunned. No wonder he has an abstinence face. She is also admired by many male disciples. Most admirers. The night passes silently. The fallen leaves are dragged by the wind and spin in the air, slowly falling to the ground. The sword energy buzzes. There is a faint shadow of a phoenix gathering. Magnificent. Strong pressure swept, like leaves swept by the wind. Chu Yunying wiped the sweat off his face. Pretty face emerges. Two intoxicating dimples. He raised his beautiful eyes. Look in the direction of Lin Fan. And he has disappeared. The first rays of sunlight in the morning penetrate the horizon. Facing the sun. Have you been practicing for so long? He put away his sword, playing with both hands. Hair twirl. It turns out that the eldest brother is a hidden. Why doesn't he ever reveal himself? Puzzled and confused. There must be something fishy about this. He thought it might be related to Long Outyin. He always remembered. The eldest brother was suppressed by Long Outyin, but he never complained. Later, they learned from Long Outyin that the eldest brother has become a demon. Then he was beheaded. Don't worry, big brother. I will definitely protect you in this life. Long Outyin, don't think of bullying you again. He took out the Fengling sword manual. I am very happy. This should be the only sword technique I practiced with my senior brother. This is their secret. How could he pass it on to others? The next morning, Long Outyin stretches his muscles, reaching out and patting the snow-white skin beside him. He smiled. Then he took up his gun and entered the battle. In a short while, he slowly got up from the bed, changed clothes, wandering around in the sect. Suddenly, he heard the sound of a sword. Curiously walked over. At first glance, it was Chu Yunying practicing sword in the green bamboo forest. Looking at that beautiful figure, that breathtakingly beautiful face, his eyes were fixed on her fiercely. Ever since I saw Chu Yunying for the first time when I entered Qingxiao sect, his figure has always lingered in my mind. Even when he was fighting with Fang Xiaohua, his mind was also full of Chu Yunying's face. It's just that this sister likes quietness, elegant and calm personality, rarely go out for activities. Although the two rarely communicate, but the fourth sister trusts me very much. There is such a fairy in the world. After 3 rounds of drinking, I became braver. The soul is haunted and enters this cave. What if I fall into hell? He decided to strike with lightning, conquer her with this handsome face and charm. Good swordsmanship for the sister swordsmanship is ever-changing. Let the junior brother admire. Long Outyin tidied up his clothes. Applaud and praise. Chu Yunying stopped. A quick glance at Long Outyin. Eyes slightly lowered. Disgust and murderous intent flashed across his eyes. You are not practicing at Black Bamboo Peak. What are you doing here at Yunka Peak? His voice is cold.
No emotion.
It has been more than 3 months since I started. I have never come to visit senior sister Yunying in person. I hurried over to bother you today. Please don't be offended, senior sister. Long Outyin saluted naturally. A gentle and elegant smile appeared on his face. Like me, a sunny and cheerful boy. Best for soothing the heart of an iceberg goddess. He thought proudly. I've been here and seen people. Please go back, Chu Yunying said calmly. He can't control his killing urge. I wish I could pick up my sword and chop this guy down. Long Outyin was somewhat surprised. His proud smile, the charm that never fails, and the calm temperament. Why today? He used to just smile at people, say a word or two. Even if the other party is indifferent, I will also communicate with him politely. There has never been a junior brother who was directly driven away. Yesterday, I was fortunate to have a breakthrough in my foundation. There are still some unclear points in the swordsmanship. I would like to ask the teacher for advice. He was very unwilling. It's so hard to be alone with Chu Yunying. How could I miss the opportunity? Chu Yunying's eyes were cold. Since you insist on seeking death, don't blame me then. At the same time, he was quite surprised. Long Outyin broke through the foundation in just 3 months. Unparalleled speed. We can't let him grow like this any longer. Draw your sword. He raised his sword. Pointing at Long Outyin, he said, be careful. His sword has murderous intent. It's better not to provoke him. A clear voice came from the ring. He was awakened from his deep sleep by the murderous aura. So a reminder. I noticed that the fortune of Qingxiao sect had changed. Feeling uneasy, warned Long Outyin not to cause trouble. No, it's only been a few days. He wants to cause trouble again. Master, rest assured. I know my limits. Long Outyin smiled confidently. He inquired about Chu Yunying's identity. Know his character. Just now when he was practicing sword, there is also a bit of murderous intent in the sword. So it's not directed at yourself. Let him know his talent, possessing the earth's appearance. You will be impressed by your own strength and charm. Become his forbidden fruit. His master sighed helplessly. No more sound. Chu Yunying quickly drew his sword. In an instant, the powerful sword energy scraped away. Dusty. His figure turned into a long rainbow. Very fast. You're welcome. Long Outyin returned to defense in shock. At the moment when the two fought, his sword flew out of his hand. Dull pain in wrist. A sword pierced his shoulder. Blood splattered. He was breathing heavily. Use extreme body skills to create distance. That's not an illusion. Just now when Chu Yunying made his move, I really wanted to kill you. Want to kill yourself. I wanted to pretend. As a result, he was slapped in the face as soon as he made a move. Long Outyin felt his face burning. Shame on you. Thank you for your advice, sister. Junior apprentice is not good at learning. Leave now. Long Outyin dared not stay any longer. Run away. Chu Yunying wants to chase. Suddenly, her body trembled, blood leaking from the corners of his mouth. The spiritual power chaos in the body. Very unhappy. Damn, it's not easy to kill him. Chu Yunying looked cold. He has made 3 shots, but he still failed to kill Long Outyin. He was also the one who did it in the Valley of Monsters. He just passed the blame to his senior brother. But he didn't expect that the eldest brother would plead guilty. If he is really abolished, expelled from the mountain gate, he will never forgive himself.
Chu Yunying và Guli xem xét.
Every time I am about to succeed, there will be invisible forces hindering you. He practiced the Qigong to regulate his breathing. I can only watch Long Outyin leave. Ding, congratulations, host. Defeat the destiny of the Destiny Child. Reward, Jade Hairpin. Lin Fan was speechless. There's something wrong with this system. I didn't do anything. How did you defeat Destiny's Child? You have a lot of treasures. Find a reason for yourself. It seems that Long Outyin has defied the system 99 times. Seeking medical treatment for illness. I need to find a good solution. Can't let him keep doing this. He thought secretly. This bastard has been trying to mess with the protagonist for 99 lifetimes, but has never succeeded. Explain that this matter is very difficult. Dog system. How about we make a deal? What is the deal? I promised to deal with Long Outyin together. But you gotta tell me something. But has Chu Yunying been reborn? Chu Yunying is like this. Give him ice crystals overnight. It surprised him. This thing was given to Long Outyin in the previous life. Since the plot has gone astray, his personality has also changed. So there is only one truth. Chu Yunying was also reborn. Although the system did not answer his question, but with his smart brain, this is easy to guess. The novels on Blue Planet are not read in vain. Like a handsome and powerful reader, I like to stay at home and read novels. Don't say it. I'd better stay here for a while. If I can really kill Long Outyin, be fully prepared. Bamboo Forest. This is the place where Long Xingyue, the master of Yuzhu Peak, practiced in seclusion. In my spare time, I like to plant flowers and plants here alone. She was wearing a plain white dress, taking small steps. The eyes reveal a clear and ethereal aura. In this life, there is a faint smile on your face. Plain clothes move without wind, like a peerless beauty who is isolated from the world, not stained with a trace of worldly air. Master, you called us here. What is it?
Yo soy Chu Yunying.
Huanong Yue, Qin Wunyan, Lu Shuixing, and other 5 disciples. Gather here. Among Yuzhu Peak's disciples, there are 4 males and 5 females. Among them, Huanong Yu is the 5th disciple. Qin Wunyan is the 6th disciple. Lu Shuixing is the 7th disciple. They each have their own beauty. These are the famous 5 golden flowers of Yuzhu Peak. Apart from Chu Yunying's miserable life experience, the other 4 women had high status before they joined Qingxiao sect. Lu Shuixing's parents are well-known knights. They traveled the world with swords, help the weak and fight against the strong. Qin Wunyan is the daughter of the Qin family, but she was ostracized by her family and framed by her own sister. Nowhere to go in the end. Come to Qingxiao sect to learn from a master. Huanong Yu has a mysterious origin. Few people know about the sect. Let's not mention him for now. The 3 of them went out on a mission together a month ago. Just came back recently. Tell me about your senior brother. Have you noticed anything unusual about him recently? Lung Xinyue asked. I always feel that the eldest brother was stimulated by something. The whole person has changed. Su Yoshue said softly. Lung Xinyue rolled her eyes. He naturally knew Lin Fan's changes. Otherwise, they wouldn't have been called in to ask. As for Huanong Yue, Qin Wunyan and Lu Shuisheng. I haven't contacted Lin Fan yet, because they just came back today, so they called over together. Son, tell me what you think. Master Chu Yunying said. I think the eldest brother might want to leave the sect, completely severing ties with the Qingxiao sect. What senior brother wants to leave Huanongyu? Qin Wunyan and Lu Shuisheng couldn't help but be moved. They just left once. The eldest brother doesn't want to be the chief anymore. Lung Xinyue paused for a moment. Pick up the spoon and scoop water to water the flowers. Chu Yunying lost her family since she was young, so I am more sensitive to these things. He took a deep breath and said, maybe I've experienced despair. But hasn't the eldest brother always been in the sect? There's nothing special. Why is he desperate? Lu Shuisheng is puzzled. Who knows? Maybe I'm thinking about things I don't want to think about. Seeing what you don't want to see. Otherwise, how could he voluntarily give up his cultivation twice? Leaving the sect? Chu Yunying wrote. Blame it on the third sister. If he wasn't with that Long Outyin, force the elder brother. How could he be like this? Shuisheng glared at Su Yoshue and said coldly, that's all in the past. Didn't you just believe what Long Outyin said? I stole the elixir from my senior brother.
Su Yoshue retorted.
That's not as bad as the fifth sister. To vent Long Outyin's anger, the jade pendant that my eldest brother had brought up with him was broken. 6 junior sister, you think you are very holy. Big brother, to save you. When you were injured, you also poured out his healing medicine. That's enough. Stop arguing. I'm not here to listen to you quarrel. Lung Xinyue shouted. The 5 golden flowers suddenly became quiet. Their faces are full of anger. No one is convinced. Everyone should go back and copy the scriptures 100 times. He has a headache. So I drove them away without any alarm or annoyance. The 5-flowered golden flower hummed. Everyone went back to their rooms. Xiaobai originally. We unknowingly. Have you hurt my elder brother so much?
Su Yoshue holding Xiaobai.
Red eyes. Is the elder brother disappointed in himself? Meow meow meow. Xiaobai stood up. Front paws on hips. Eyes full of pride. Lin Fan is sleeping soundly. Tired as a dog. Chu Yunying is also a cow. I practiced all night. He wasn't so busy in his previous life. He slept from morning till evening. When I wake up, it feels dark in front of my eyes. Something seemed to be blocking his eyes. Hey, why did my junior sister's underwear come out? He picked it up curiously. That underwear is worn by Chu Yunying. There is still a faint, girlish fragrance on it. It's just that the color is a little different. This one is light yellow. System, did you steal underwear again? Lin Fan cursed in his heart. This dog system steals things again. He's not a pervert. Then he cursed. Hide the underwear with the pink and white. Host, please watch your words. How can you ruin my reputation? The system retorted. Lin Fan rolled his eyes. This isn't the first time you've done this. What's the reputation? He was too lazy to defend himself. Another beautiful day. The door opens gently. He stretched himself. The sun slowly sets. Twisted his neck. Sleeping for a day. More tired room front. What comes into view is a light green figure. It was Chu Yunying. Seeing Lin Fan coming out, I don't know what I thought. His whole face was red. Like a fire. Junior sister Chu, you didn't come into my room just now, did you? Lin Fan was a little embarrassed. If I go in and see myself sleeping under his underwear, you'll definitely think he's a pervert. I've been waiting outside for you, brother. Chu Yunying's body trembled slightly. His face got redder. Slightly lowered head. I dare not look him in the eye. Then it's too early for you. The sun has just set. Don't you need to eat? Lin Fan was speechless. These 4 sisters are really crazy about cultivation. In addition to practicing, is there nothing she finds interesting? I've been fasting recently. Chu Yunying said softly. Since I learned the foaming sword technique last night, he felt something. There is a hint of a breakthrough in the golden elixir. Signs of success. He is the first person in Qingxiao sect to break through the golden elixir. Disciple of. Then wait for me to wash up first. He lazily fetched water to wash up. Take the hosti you got as a reward last night. This is a defensive weapon. Can easily resist the attacks of Jindan realm masters. Chu Yunying looked at him after he finished washing. A bit dazed. Both eyes can't bear to move away. I don't know why. Tonight's big brother. It seems to have a different temperament. Once you take a look, you won't want to look away. Ding the host. Should I use Hahuan powder? The system sounded again. Get lost. Lin Fan rubbed his eyes. Just bear with it for 3 months. Hey, why don't you leave? Lin Fan asked curiously. Ah, Chu Yunying came back to her senses. I just feel my heart is like a panicked deer, jumping nonstop. Senior brother, I have mastered the first level of Fengling sword technique. No sword practice tonight. He followed up. I feel calm around him. Then I'm going back. Lin Fan asked. If you don't practice sword, he doesn't want to go out either. Senior brother Fengling sword technique wants to reach a higher level. I need your sword skills to help me. I want to know more about my brother's past. Chu Yunying said. He is very nervous. Staring at him. Afraid of being rejected by him. Is this what anticipation feels like? Have nothing to say. I grew up in a small mountain village. Then he was abducted to Qingxiao sect. Lin Fan said. When he was 10 years old, Ben was carefree in the village. Then one day, the cold wind and the stars and the moon passed by. He's got good talent. To take him as a disciple. Before he could answer, he was forcibly taken back to the sect. Not as good as Sister Chu. Lin Fan hesitated to speak, eyes looking elsewhere. Chu Yunying plays with her hair. Does he want to ask about his own background? Please help me keep an eye out for any tasks. Need to go down the mountain to hunt monsters or deal with demon cultists.
Chu Yunying note that.
I breathed a sigh of relief. Fortunately, he didn't. Ask about his background, otherwise he doesn't know how to tell him. Brother, you practice the Dragon Soul sword technique. In the highest realm of my foaming swordsmanship. Do we need to care about each other? I don't know. I've only just reached the first level. Lin Fan said. In his heart, he still resisted communicating with Chu Yunying. The system spent 909 moves but still couldn't kill Long Outyin. This one's a bit hard to kill. He didn't say whether Chu Yunying, Su Yoshue and others were reborn. It may involve taboo secrets. Maybe he really doesn't know. Then he guessed. The villain chosen by the system in the previous 99 lives. Will he be betrayed in the end? So it will fail. They are all love-brained. Finally got killed. Even the dog system is so bad that it can't carry. Then you have to be careful. Now he is alone. As long as we don't talk about love, then he has no weaknesses. As long as you have no weaknesses, no fear. The eldest brother does have a mission to go down the mountain. The mission has been taken by Long Outyin. Chu Yunying saw that he was so defensive against her. Thinking of his wish. Also tried it out. Do you know what the mission is? What is the path? Lin Fan wrote. Only the chief disciple can check these. Chu Yunying wrote. Thank you for letting me know. Lin Fan rushed to the hall to receive the task. And using his status as the chief disciple, investigate the information of several tasks. I might try it. Can we get rid of him before he grows up? He looked at the mission route. Also investigated Long Outyin's information. Seeing that the latter has broken through to the foundation building stage. Click your tongue secretly. Destiny's Child. This upgrade speed is almost catching up with the rocket. Fortunately, I can only fight one level at the 9th level of foundation building. The advantage is mine. Even if he made breakthroughs in the past few days. At most, it is the 3rd level of foundation building. Can't be my opponent. The system said it was going to deal with Long Outyin. Killing him is the best option. Want to kill a future peerless strongman. The best option is to get rid of him when he is weak. He did not apply to the sect for the procedure to leave. Instead, sneak down the mountain. But having Chu Yunying by his side gave him more concerns. I always feel like this girl is here to spy on me. Chu Yunying's reason is very simple. Long Outyin wants to complete this task. It takes at least 7 days to go back and forth. During this time, they can practice swordsmanship together. Do you know what I went down the mountain for? Lin Fan said. Murder and arson. Chu Yunying draws his sword. Said fiercely. Different from his extraordinary temperament. Lin Fan looked at him in surprise. Is junior sister so murderous? Junior sister, how can you have such an idea? How could we do such a thing to harm our fellow disciples? Brother, I'm just worried that he's tired from doing the mission. Just give him some love. Could it be that he is worried that I might harm Long Outyin? So follow me and monitor me. The more Lin Fan thought about it, the more he felt that this was possible. Maybe it was done 2 days ago. I just want to relax my guard. Then tell me Long Outyin's. He deliberately lured me down the mountain. Even Long Outyin went down the mountain to do the mission. They designed it together. The more Lin Fan thought about it, the more frightened he became. A chill rose from the soles of my feet. Goosebumps all over my body. To let your guard down. First, send out ice crystals overnight. Then he wanted to chat with me. Open my psychological defense again. Step by step. It was all designed. No wonder all 99 people selected by the system failed. This set down. Who can stand up to the system? Seeing Lin Fan suddenly move. Keep your distance from him. Chu Yunying was somewhat confused. Look at my brother. Be careful. Chu Yunying was angry and amused. At the same time, he also felt sorry for his senior brother, remembering that he was abandoned in his previous life. The despair of being exiled to the Forbidden Land. It must be painful. He has a guess in his mind. My elder brother has changed recently, being indifferent to junior sister. I don't respect my master as much as before. Could it be that he was reborn like me? Since I can be reborn, why can't big brother? Because he has painful memories from his previous life. So, he wanted to escape from this place that had tortured him all his life. Now he is so cautious when dealing with me. Of course, this is just his guess, but dare not confirm. Want to prove that the eldest brother is also reborn. Unless he admits it. If he admitted those past lives, isn't it just that I was betrayed by my junior sisters and my master? How can my brother get along with me? If the elder brother is worried about exposing his identity, I can do it. Chu Yunying looked into his eyes. With tenderness in his eyes, he said, Brother, please believe me. Lin Fan retracted his gaze. Take a deep breath to calm down. No wonder people say that Gentle Land is the tomb of heroes. Who can resist the sudden tenderness? He looked away and said, You strike first. I took the opportunity to attack in secret. Success or failure depends on this one move. Chu Yunying saw his embarrassment. Mood improves. The pretty face slowly emerges with an intoxicating arc. Beautiful eyes with tenderness. The next few days, Lin Fan was busy on the road they had to take to return to the sect. Chu Yunying sitting on a stone, 2 hands supporting the chin, sometimes smiling, sometimes look shy. At night, they practiced swordplay together. The tacit understanding between the two gradually improved. Lin Fan's defenses gradually weakened. During this time, the two were still discussing how to set up the trap. Then Chu Yunying threw a bunch of talismans to him. The rich woman's handwriting opened his eyes. No matter which world you go to, rich women are more fragrant, can save 10 years of hard work. After setting the trap, he nodded in satisfaction. Then he hid aside and waited for Long Outyin to come back. Brother, do you think we can do it? If not, I can think of another way. Get something. Chu Yunying asked in a low voice. That's enough. If I can't kill him this time, we can only take the long view. Seeing him shrinking his head, there is a lively atmosphere. Lin Fan's eyes are weird. It turns out he also has a girl's. Can say that the environment has changed. One person is too many. Long Outyin's mission on this trip. It's an important letter. On the 7th day, he appeared slowly. Master, are you saying that junior sister Chu wants to kill me? The strong in the ring falls asleep from time to time. It takes a lot of spiritual energy to nourish him. Only then can I wake up. Yes, I can definitely feel the murderous aura in him. A weak voice came out. But I have no intersection with him. No grudges or hatred. He has no reason to kill me. Long Outyin doesn't believe it. That beautiful and moving sister. The exiled fairy who is pure and innocent and does not care about worldly things. How could I have the intention to kill myself? Besides, he was full of murderous intent when he was practicing sword. Maybe I disturbed him while he was practicing swordplay. Therefore, I will spare no effort. When a person is concentrating on practicing, it is very likely to cause blood reversal. Anger is normal. Please tone down your temper. Don't let beauty ruin your career. I will be careful. Long Outyin said proudly. God gave him a unique practice. Fate made him meet his master. My future self is destined to soar into the sky. Become the supreme emperor. Qingxiao sect is just the beginning of his legendary journey. A small remote place. How can we trap this flying dragon? Be careful, there is danger ahead. The voice in the ring reminded him. Long Outyin hurriedly released his divine consciousness. Be on guard. Whoosh. A shadow jumped from behind. The palm wind is fierce. Slapped his heart fiercely. Long Outyin greeted him with a palm. 2 palms touching. Create an invisible wave. The violent force surges. He uttered a muffled sound. Body sweep. Dust splash. The feet drew 2 lines on the ground. The long trace is you. Long Outyin's expression was slightly condensed. He saw it. It was that day when we attacked our own people in the Warcraft Valley. The skills performed. It is the Qingxiao sect's Wuxiangju. This technique is the treasure book of Qingxiao sect. Only the chief of each peak, or someone who has made a great contribution to the sect. Only then can you practice. so he could easily put the blame on Lin Fan, just dodged by the latter. It made him very unhappy. The one who made the move was Chu Yunying. This is his fourth shot. Long Outyan's fate is too hard. He escaped every time. Chu Yunying turns his palm into a knife. There is a chill in my palms, emitting wisps of quiet light. Jade foot tap, turned into several afterimages and killed. He has a lot of combat experience. It is easy to block Long Outyan's retreat. He was forced to defend himself. He had just entered the foundation building stage not long ago, far from being Chu Yunying's opponent. It turned out to be a female disciple. Long Outyan's eyes are cold. Due to the difference in strength and physique between men and women, women tend to be feminine, whether it is fist or palm, all with gentle intention. This is something that men cannot imitate. The touch of the hand feels different. Quitting smoking women are made of water. You can tell the gender by just touching it. He just couldn't figure it out. Which sister did you offend? To hunt myself down once. Chu Yunying's eyes were cold. Quickly cast a few palm shadows. Break through Long Outyan's defense. Hit him hard on the chest. The powerful force knocked it away. Lin Fan hid in the dark and observed. It can be seen that the fourth apprentice sister has the intention to kill. So no sword. They were worried that Long Outyan would recognize their identities when he escaped. Did I really misunderstand him? He secretly thought. But Chu Yunying's behavior made him even more confused. Is he reborn? In the previous life. He is also one of Long Outyan's concubines. I haven't heard of them having a break. Even if there are grievances. Even Su Yoshue and Long Xinyue hated him. They can all make a mahjong table. The harem covered with a quilt. It's impossible to turn against each other after rebirth. Damn dog system doesn't give any hints. He secretly complained. Thoughts are very confused. Unless he takes down the harem of Destiny's Child. To prove your guess. He looked at Chu Yunying's figure. Immediately shook his head. How could I have such an idea? As long as I don't mind. There is no weakness. The 99 failures of the dog system show one thing. Women are definitely the key to the outcome. I almost got fooled. Lin Fan secretly calmed himself down. Color is a bone scraper. Tenderness is the kind of ecstasy. I must not make such a low-level mistake. You forced me to do this. Long Outyan was hit by several palms. Vomiting blood. Disheveled. The image is quite embarrassing. He roared. Take out a bottle of pills. Swallow it all. The breath suddenly surged. From the first level of foundation building to the fifth level. The violent spiritual power in the body is raging. He gritted his teeth. Withstand spiritual impact. Hold the sword tightly with both hands. Continuously infusing spiritual power. Lin Fan saw this. A sneer slowly appeared on his face. He took out a wooden bow from his back. Slowly pulled the bowstring. The sound of the wind breaking. The sword is untied. Like lightning piercing through space. Long Outyan's heart contracted violently. The divine consciousness captured the flying sword. If it weren't for the master's reminder, even if he doesn't die from this sword, also seriously injured. The sword that was originally slashing towards Chu Yun was forced to change direction, enduring the danger of spiritual power backlash. Cut at the flying sword.
Boom explosion.
The sound is deafening. Smoke and dust. Drowned Long Outyan. Lin Fan thought of the law of smoke without injury. Shooting dozens of arrows. Don't give the latter a chance to breathe. Long Outyan rushed out from the smoke. Run towards Qingxiao sect. This is outside the Qingxiao sect territory. As long as you enter the Qingxiao sect, the elders in the gate, you can sense the spiritual power fluctuations of the battle. Even if the two wanted to take action again, also need to consider. Considering his desperate urging. Absorbing the drug. Increase your speed to the extreme, leaving traces in the air. It is comparable to the late stage of foundation building. Lin Fan watched him running for his life. Sigh secretly. The same is true for Destiny Child. When life is threatened, I am afraid of death. The thief who escaped quickly. Be careful of the fortunes in front of you, rushing up from the ground, revolving around him. Then each fortune ignited a blazing fire, transformed into a fire array to trap him. Should we kill him? Chu Yunying asked softly. Although they set a trap, but I don't think it's safe enough. He wanted to fight his way into the battle himself. Take off his dog head. Do not worry. He should have a way to save his life. If you don't know what his trump card is, it's dangerous for us to go in. Lin Fan shook his head. I always feel that things are not that easy. He vaguely felt that Long Outyin was hiding a life-saving trump card. If they enter the fire array, may expose oneself. He was seriously injured. A few traps are enough to force him to use his trump card. Let's take a look first. Good to hear you. They stand outside the trap. Long Outyin was forced into a panic by the fire talisman formation. Burnt hair. Then a string of talismans condensed under his feet again. Release a brilliant light. Explosive talisman. His pupils shrank slightly. He is learning how to make talismans. Can see their attributes. More than 10 explosions. Even if he is in the late stage of foundation building, it will probably be blown to pieces. Master, save me. Long Outyin is heartbroken. Scared my soul out.
Flux explosion.
Combined with the power of the fire talisman array, even a Jindan stage expert, I'm afraid it's not good either. However, a mighty force, sweeping out from his body, like a violent wind. Dark clouds loom. Be careful. Lin Fan picked up Chu Yuning's slender waist. Back off the smoke and dust rolling in. He waved his sleeves. Create a force that blows away. The sight gradually becomes blurred. I could only see Long Outyin floating in the air. He looked at the two of them with indifference. His breath is strong. Already has the power of Jindan realm. A dangerous breath came. However, Long Outyin glanced at them. Then he set out to escape. Although he already has the power of the Golden Core realm. But it was all thanks to the Master's soul power protecting him. It consumes too much energy when defending against the talisman array. No longer able to take action. Chu Yuning breathed a sigh of relief. When Long Outyin could step on the void, he felt his heart in his throat. Fortunately, I didn't do it. Otherwise, it is difficult to shake the golden elixir by building the foundation. It's not the system. It's a ring knot. Grandpa Lin Fan was thinking. Know his cards. Crossing the law of cheats. There is no system if there is a grandfather. There is no grandfather if there is a system. He learned from Long Outyin. Keenly captured the strange soul power. Apparently, it was the old man who saved him at great cost. I'm afraid I can't sustain the attack. That's why he was in a hurry to escape. Since we know his trump card, Lin Fan was not so afraid. Big brother, please let me go. Chu Yuning's voice rang in my ears. With the burning breath. Hearing this made his body numb. Soul trembling. Let go. How could Long Outyin be promoted to the Golden Core realm? He couldn't figure it out. Reversal pill. You can't let people in the foundation building stage. The first level directly breaks through to the Jindan realm. It should be with external force. Fortunately, we didn't get close. Otherwise, it's dangerous. He is now seriously injured. The cards are exposed. I can't do it again in a short time, Lin Fan said. Chu Yuning agreed. I don't know why Long Outyin can improve his realm. Act rashly. Only sending heads. Fortunately, senior brother was alert. I didn't lose my mind and rushed towards the array. Now he is injured. I will definitely find a safe place to heal. Let's go back to the sect first, so that he wouldn't complain to Master again after he returned. Lin Fan took out a space talisman. It is also Chu Yuning's thing. After activating the talisman, a white light enveloped the two people. Then there was a space fluctuation. The two disappeared on the spot. Master, are you okay? Long Outyin fled a long way. Make sure there is no danger. Stop to rest. I've consumed too much soul energy. I'm afraid he won't wake up in a short time. You'll have to rely on yourself from now on. The sound gradually fades away. Long Outyin called but got no response. I remember you guys.
No revenge.
Swear not to be a human. He clenched his fist. Cold sound. Learned from the fight. The people who attacked him were a man and a woman. They set a trap here. Sit tight and wait. To know my whereabouts. Only the chief disciples of each peak and, as long as we can find out, has anyone investigated the mission I received recently? That's the murderer, no doubt. Don't assume it's a perfect plan. I never thought I had a trump card that saved my life. I want to see who wants to deal with me. Long Outyin spent 7 days. Only then did he return to Qingshao sect cautiously. He went straight to the mission hall. While completing the task, I also found out that it was Lin Fan who investigated his information. Suddenly I was furious. Thinking of Long Xingyue's previous private affairs, he reported this to the headmaster. Zhao Kuo was also speechless. This guy is talented, yeah, but his reporting skills are also top-notch. Every other day, he sued Lin Fan for murdering him.
Pure paranoia.
Is it because of illness? So Lin Fan was called in for confrontation again. Outyin Jr. Even if you are wronged, Big Brother's fault. If you like the position of chief, you propose to the boss. I'll let you. Why do you have to say I murdered you every day? Lin Fan pretended to be heartbroken, eyes full of doubt. It seems to be saying what a good junior brother. How do you like to get sick? Retreat to advance. He is also good at green tea. Destiny Child is not the only one who knows tea art. The leader can send someone to do it. The place of posting can be seen at a glance. I never lie. Long Outyin said angrily. Even if it's as you said, there are signs of fighting. But I have 2 questions I want to ask. Lin Fan said with a smile. Which 2 points? Long Outyin asked. He lost his mind due to anger, entering Lin Fan's rhythm without knowing it. The first day of the incident. My third sister and I are playing with the cat. He can testify for me. Lin Fan said calmly. He sneered in his heart. If it's like in the past, Long Outyin is a star chaser. Junior sister and master believed him without a brain. Then it's useless to say more. This crime is also admitted. Now Long Outyin's luck seems to be weakened. No longer as irresponsible as in the past. Some people believe. Then he's not in much danger. At least until his strength surpasses mine. Can't compete with myself. So he replanned. If I could hinder Long Outyin's growth. When everyone in the sect was disappointed in him, it may change the future outcome. Yes, that day, I fed the cat with my senior brother. Playing with Xiaobai. We separated after dark.
Su joke suena did.
Smile and say. He was so happy that day. This is the first time that the eldest brother has taken the initiative to find me. I also played with Xiaobai for a day. The people who assassinated me were a man and a woman. Long Outyin gritted his teeth. Red eyes. Like eating him. That's unfortunate. Sister Chu was also present at the time. All the junior sisters of Yuju Peak are here. Your 5th senior brother, Senior Brother Yi, is here. Lin Fan clapped his hands and said. Wu Qiankuan and Yi Chun lowered their heads in embarrassment. That day, Su Yoshua invited all the junior sisters and brothers to go. Everyone can testify. From the place of occurrence to the sect. It will take at least 2 or 3 days. This time doesn't fit. You must have used the space talisman. So Long Outyin was interrupted before he could finish his words. Boldly the entire Qingxiao sect. Only the head and the master can refine space talismans. Do you doubt the leader? I suspect that master is going to harm you. If it's them, can you escape? Lin Fan shouted. No Long Outyin hurried to explain. My brain is not enough. Lin Fan was very satisfied. This guy has lost his mind. Let's move on to the second question. You said there were 2 people who assassinated you. They are all masters in the late stage of foundation building. I want to ask, how is the junior brother being chased by 2 masters of the 9th level of the foundation building period? Survived. Everyone thinks it makes sense. The first floor of the foundation building is the 9th floor. Destined to fail. 2 foundation building stage 9 levels. There is only one way to go. Unless someone rescues you. Or he has a way to save his life. Long Outyin clenched his fist. Veins popping out. He couldn't answer this question. The soul of the ring is his trump card. It is also the hope of rising. I hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, be sure to like, comment, and subscribe for more videos. Thanks for watching. See you all next time.